Before I get into the actual questions, let me ask you what your name is for everyone.
My name is Horace James Smith.
Okay, grand. So, can you tell me how you got involved with Horace and why?
I got involved in Horace because I was on the involvement Register for Slam. And the involvement Register for Slam is it's like a rehabilitation unit that's part of the South London and Maudsley Trust Hospital, okay, for those who have mental health issues or who are recovering from mental health issues, and for where carers and service users can actually impart their knowledge into the actual organisation for the purpose of empowering it to see it from the service user perspective and the carer's perspective to improve services for their clients. And I came across an advertisement for link workers, okay, from Horace, okay, to contact Barman Davidson, which I did, okay, right? And that was my initial contact, even though I've been working in both volunteer and paid work in social care since 1999. That's over 20 years, okay, right? But the reason why I stayed with it for so long, because I started in 2018, okay, right, is that it is run by service users who use the services, okay, right, and they have a lot of empathy, okay, right, and when compared to those organizations that have those who come out of college with degrees, okay, right, and they go into the profession, okay, right, there's a big difference, okay, in the quality of care, quality of service, and quality of relationship that I have with Barbara and Tim and the rest of the working team. Okay, in for the last 20 years, okay, it's just been okay, performance oriented, okay, right, to produce results, okay. At Horace, okay, it's more like henceforth we're a big family, okay, right. We all have the same needs, all suffer from the same issues, okay, and we can just gel.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So, would you say that's part of what you personally gain as an individual from Horace and from link working?
What I gain from link working and from Horace, okay, is a kind of nourishing, especially from Barbara, because she's been through the middle of it. She's been working with Slam also as a second hat, so I work with her in Slam as well, right? And I can learn a lot from her. Okay, in fact, she's a mentor. And with my other role, because I never said I had that, okay, right? It's more like they look at me as the what do you call it? The kind of the specimen, the one that recovered from mental illness. Therefore, you are part of our organization because you have recovered from mental illness, correct? Therefore, we can use you to draw more people into our services to show off what we've done. With Barbara and Horace, correct? It's more like we don't care if you recovered from mental illness, correct? You're a part of the team, correct? And you're one of us. Okay, right. So it's different. It's just a different environment. Okay.
Just for the sake of everybody watching, can you explain a bit about link working and what it is for me?
Link working is it's more like peer support. Okay, right. It's not advocacy. Okay, although there is some kind of signposting service users to different services when they're well enough to engage in those services, correct? But it's more like just being a friend to the service users. Okay, on the wards and the Bethlehem Hospital. Okay, the staff really does not have the time to have a nourishing, meaningful relationship with the service users. And when you have a mental health problem, you need that kind of relationship to be empowered, okay, and to recover, okay, right? If you don't have it, okay, right, you keep going back into services all over again, and you spend your whole life in services, okay, right? So you need someone to emulate, okay, right, so that you can be empowered, okay, to hope for a better future, okay, right, and that's what happened to me in services, okay, right. So with link working, okay, right, that is what we do. We through friendships, okay, relationship, okay. Keep in mind, okay, we have professional values, okay, right, and that we use in the work environment, okay, right, and our personal values we keep outside the door, okay. In most cases, not like that with every single service user, okay, right. Sometimes we do cross boundaries, okay, right, but henceforth, right, sometimes it does happen, okay, right, but it's like there's a motto, okay, that we do in link work, that the service user, whatever the service users say, okay, is right, and what they believe is right, okay. In that way, we're not like the staff right there, okay, that, say, no, you can't have this. We find a way to make it happen, okay, right. Not physically, right, okay, but we sympathize, we empathize. We have a relationship, and most of the time we see the same service users each week, and we develop a relationship with them, okay, right? And that's what link working is all about. It's about developing a nurturing relationship with the service users that will empower them to, not to recover, okay, it takes more than that to recover, but to hope for a better future.
If you weren't link working, what do you think you'd be doing?
Sitting in my room, doing nothing, okay, right? Because when I've had this mental, let me put it this way, okay, if I was not link working, okay, right, I would be doing nothing but sitting around my room, living off benefits, watching TV, eating junk food, getting fat, getting bored out of my mind, okay, right, and allowing the guilt, okay, from the trauma, okay, right, to eat away at my psyche, my conscience, okay, right, until I became bitter and bitter and bitter and bitter. Working at Horace, okay, in the area, right, of relationships, okay, friendships, okay, being in an environment where people have the same issues as I do, right, has helped me to recover from the guilt and the shame and the trauma and the bitterness that would have taken over my life, okay, that would have led me down a very, very dark path, okay, right? And I was heading down that path before it, okay. In other words, it shed light. It shed light into my life. It's given me something to hope for when they came out. From it right there, even though I started before I started at Horace, okay, right? I started at Croydon College, right, okay, where I got my my certificate in education in public and social care, okay, right? but Horace spurred me on when they came right. I had my driver's license. I passed my driver's license test when they came right. It spurred me on to get my driver's license back from the psychiatrist that had taken it away. Right, okay, so now I can drive. Okay, I used to drive. Okay, right, I'm saved to buy a car. Okay, right, a nice Pontiac or a Ferrari. No, a Peugeot 206 would be fine. Go for me. I finished my first year at Open University, okay, right, because one of the things that I find in the real world is that there's still a lot of vulnerability in me, okay, right, because of what happened to me in the past with that and service users, right, okay. I never developed the resilience, okay, not the resilience. Resilience is there all the time because I am ambitious, okay, right. I never developed the decisiveness, right there, okay, to say no to people. Now I am developing it because it's cost me so much, okay, and Barbara Horace has helped me to see that, okay, it's helped me to see some of the psychological problems that I have, that I used to have, okay, I need to suffer from, okay, right, the control elements will be around me, right there, okay. And I've been set free from the control elements because when I find that, okay, in my own mental health recovery, right, most of it was caused by the control of other people, okay, right, that led to rumination and which led to bitterness, led to schizophrenia, paranoia, right, depression, hearing voices which I no longer hear anymore, right, okay, right, but I recovered from it. I finished my first year of college, right, and also, right, it was while working for Horace, okay, that the voices went, okay, right, even though part of it was my faith in Christianity, okay, going to be prayed for, which started the process. But again, as I wrote in my synopsis for the Trust Values Day, and that's for SWEET, the Service User Involvement Training and Training Education at SLAM, okay, right? I said right there, okay, that even though my faith helped me, okay, right, it couldn't have been done without the aid of secular mental health, because that taught me values that I now practice in my faith, right? And the fact of the matter is, right, okay, right, the working at Horace, right, okay, right, has helped me shift my attitude, my mind, my mental state, okay, right, from focusing on what the voices are saying, right, okay, to everyday life, okay, focusing on service users, focusing on my friends that I've made at Horace, focusing on my relationship with Barbara, right, okay, mentoring me, okay, doing things in the community, okay, right, empowering myself, right, okay, so henceforth I have no time to listen to the voices, and they just went. So that's the greatest thing that link working has done for me. Now, if I had not started to hear us when they came, right, the voice would still be there, and like I'll still be treated at South London Maudsley, so being discharged back to my GP around there. I would never have done my first year at Open University, right, okay. So I have a lot to be thankful for at Horace. They've done a lot for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of curious with what you're talking about. Do you feel like having that kind of tangible goal, that thing that you wanted to achieve, has helped you personally? Like just from a purely mental health point of view, do you think having something to achieve, like you say, like aiming to get the driver's license back, like having to focus on supporting service users, having something that is, you could write it down on a piece of paper and say, this is a thing that I want to do. Do you think that helps you personally with your mental health?
Having a tangible goal, right, okay, has helped me with my mental health, right, okay, like getting my driver's license back, getting my car, okay, and pretending I'm driving my car now, okay, right, getting finishing my first year at Open University, right, okay, and growing, right, okay, right. But the point is, right, okay, if it wasn't for Horace, right, okay, in their heart, the core of the heart of their philosophy, right, okay, that henceforth, okay, we are service users here to empower service users, right, okay, but we're also empowered by each other, right, okay, right. That would never have happened.
Mhm.